Hello, good afternoon. Can we start the event?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Sir.
Yeah. What about other participants?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to NCRT. This is the third webinar we are organizing on behalf of a small group of teachers, and the platform is provided by the CIT and NCRT Department of Education Social Sciences. Let me introduce myself for those who are new to this webinar. I'm Srinivasan. I work in NCRT as a faculty member. I have a PhD in economics, and I work with NCRT and other states in developing syllabus and textbooks in the area of social sciences in general and economics in particular. Um, and my colleagues, there are three colleagues today we are having who have been properly speaking, Delhiites, all the and who have put in almost 2 decades of teaching life in Delhi, and uh, Sandhya ji and Abba Bansal and Shiga Bansal. When I asked them about their profile, they simply said that the only breathing and life, everything is their teaching, and then teaching and then teaching. That's what when they asked us, like when I asked them about who are you, where are you, and all, they said we teach economics. That's what our bread and butter and breath also. That's how the kind of passion that they have with their subject. And all the three of them worked in the different setup. Right now, they are working with the Manav Rachna International Schools in Haryana. And let me thank the MRIS for encouraging them to come out with this idea of conducting this event and this seminar. And I really appreciate their concern, and then and particularly Sandhya ji's interest, and Abba and Shika interest in taking this webinar series forward. Uh, and I'm sure that will be like there will be a lot of learning for all of us. And with this introduction, um, let me wanted some details from you. You know that the government of India has implemented the National Education Policy 2020. I wanted a small set of like those who can type the messages in the chat box. I have a question that you have been teaching economics for ranging from say 1 year to 20 years, 30 years, and so on. And suppose you are in a position to identify that if a student is passing class 12, what should be the learning outcomes of a student who study economics for 4 or 5 years in the school system? So what are the learning outcomes should be? So just to open up your chat box, just you can write down in our not one or two, not more than two learning outcomes. What could be the learning outcomes? And I'm seeing here almost more than 40 participants who have been teaching in different schools and in different under different boards. Kindly just list out two learning outcomes, which are with two or three learning outcomes, which you think is very important for a economic student who is studying economics in class say 9 to 12, or particularly 11 and 12 actually. So, what are the learning outcomes you think are to be taken at seriously, even when we NCRT takes the curriculum reform forward as part of the implementation of National Education Policy 2020? I'm very happy that Bina Nair, Janvi Hajrani, Harjani, Tamanna, Pooja, they're all just sharing. And each one of you, please just type it out, two or three learning outcomes you think that children need to express, need to acquire, need to uh, leave the school after studying economics in class 12. So what are the two, three learning outcomes? Just can you share this so that I can save this chat box content? Maybe that will be helpful for us to work with these learning outcomes for the future actually. What are the important learning outcomes? Let me also write down this question again. Yeah, I'm getting very good number of, to solve problems, apply the concepts in real life, analyze, make best and optimum use of resources. These learning outcomes, particularly for the economic students who are studying economics for in class 11 and 12, and though in up to class 10 it's optional, and even schools affiliated to ICSE, economics is optional source from optional subject from class 9 onwards. Just type it out. That will be wonderful. Yeah, Devi Priya, efficient utilization of resources to apply economic concepts in real life. That's very good. Just write down something which is something which others have not expressed, which you think something very important. You can look at the chat box what others have shared to be able to relate the concept with the real life situation. That's good, Manju Rajeshji. Manage the problem of scarcity. Yeah, that's very good. Students should be able to relate the learned concept in real life situation. Critical thinking and develop skill to interpret the real life economic situation and be able to come to a conclusion. That's very good. Should be able to understand economic policy. Oh, yeah. So basic idea about consumer behavior, producer behavior at an economic level. That's very good. Uh, Manju Rajesh, and then I'm getting Vrinda Prakash. Students should apply, analyze, interpret the economic problem. Patmaja Venugopal. Students can make wise choice. Wise choice. Oh my God! Even after PhD, I'm not able to make such a choices. Let me see. Give reasons for economics instability. Oh my God! Rhythm Dadella. Even economists are confused how they can give solutions to economic instability. That's a very important, like thought-provoking outcome. Develop the communication skills to argue logically. Role of government for citizens. Saloni Bharti, you just tell me as a learning outcome. What are you expecting from your student after passing out class 10, class 12, particularly after studying economics for 3-4 years? You should write as in the form of a sentence, a full-fledged sentence, and an outcome which can be measurable or outcome which can be observable. Thank you very much for all of you who have shared your views. Mahendranath Kishore, yeah, studying economics, they can identify economic problems without being biased or influenced by media and political parties. When you are writing learning outcome, one sentence, one idea, and simple, direct idea. So, M.N. Kishorji, you can write down focus on how life is connected to economics activities around us. Focus on how are you going to measure Ashik Mohammadji, you need to see how this learning outcome can be measured or observable actually. To be conscious citizens, yeah, that's a very good learning outcome. But how are you going to measure it actually? Like, how are you going to observe it? And how are you going to suppose you are in a position to observe this evaluate a student whether he able to apply concepts to solve the real life. This is coming so frequently, but how many economic concepts you will be able to apply in real life situations? One has to think about it. Yeah. So we'll keep whenever you think about it. Besides listening to this presentation by my team members, you can just share your ideas and let me know the give the platform to Sandhya ji and Abha and Shika to make their presentation. One thing that all of you, please keep your mic muted on your own. Here, nobody will be controlling your mic or your video and so on. So it's up to you. Secondly, once they're like whenever they are requesting to participate, do participate. And if they are asking you your opinion verbally to speak, one by one, it's a self-regulating mechanism. One by one, you can express your views. Otherwise, please use your chat box and all they have come out with a lot of toolbox. So you try to use all the toolbox. We are all automobile mechanics. In the classroom, we are all mechanics. We go with the toolbox. Certain things we are trying to improve the situation. Sometimes we will be repairing the machines there. So they also come out with a lot of digital toolbox and try to participate in all the toolbox as much as possible. And I'm sure that there will be a lot of excitement in this webinar. Let me welcome you, all of you, and then also thank Manav Rachna International Schools for encouraging them, the team members. Sandhya ji. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Srinivasan, Dr. Srinivasan, for giving this beautiful, amazing, wonderful platform to us. A very good afternoon to all my seniors, my mentors, and my fellow teachers. Welcome to this webinar that is Experiential Way of Teaching Economics. We, Shikha Bansal, Sandhya Arora, Abha Bansal, are from Manav Rachna International School, and we are extremely delighted and honored to be given this amazing opportunity by Dr. Srinivasan. Once again, thank you so much, Professor. As per National Education Policy 2020, learning is a need. There is a need to transform school education. The main objective is to prepare teachers as well as students to face any scenario, especially 21st century. We all believe teaching should not be confined only to chalks and duster or with the lecture method. It is beyond that. It is rightly said, to bring any positive changes in the system, we will have to work together, think together, and move together. With this intention, we would be sharing some of our teaching practices with you all, and we would love to have your feedback through chat box. So without any further delay, let's begin this beautiful journey of exchanging ideas for the creation of new ideas. I'm going to discuss the very first activity which we did in our classes, and they really went very well. And that is why we named this webinar as Experiential Teaching. One news discussion a day keeps less marks at bay. Whenever we think about case studies, suddenly a fear comes in the mind of the student. Students start thinking, क्या आएगा, क्या questions होंगे, क्या पूछा जाएगा. With this, we all know that case studies are the mirror of the economy. Framing of case studies by the students by referring latest news helps them to have deeper and practical knowledge of the subject. This activity helps in developing skills like creativity, media literacy, problem solver, practical approach, etc. To make them very confident, there should be two things. One, acceptability. Two, enthusiasm. And acceptability comes when there is a trust. And trust will be created when they will feel that they are the partners in learning process. And that is why we introduced in our project of periodic exam that all children are supposed to frame one case study by referring the latest news. And actually some persuasion is also required So we asked them that we'll be allotting some marks for that. And actually, you won't believe that they started taking so much of interest in that. And with their innovative ideas, they made number of case studies. और खेल खेल में हम लोग का ये काम हो गया, उनके मन से डर निकल गया और उन्हें ये समझ में आ गया how to answer the case studies. If we are giving them the case studies and asking them to solve, this is just like a spoon feeding. So we asked them to think like teachers because as I already said, that I wanted to make them my partner in learning process. So I asked them to make your own case studies and I would be answering your questions. They should not be, the case study should not be too long and too short. And the source should be very authentic. And if do any deletion or addition, if it is required. And yes, the most important thing I gave them, like there should be some technical terminology when you are framing any case study related to economics. And from that bunch of case studies, I'm going to present and share one case study with you all. And this is the case study which is there on your screen. Voluntarily, if anybody is willing to read this case study, you are most welcome. Teacher, if anybody is interested in reading this case study. Or my fellow teachers, if you would like to read this case study.
Anybody can, one person can unmute and speak actually.
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am, I can do that, but somehow it's not clear. I'm not able to see it properly.
No issues, ma'am. I will do it. I will do it. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am. On my screen, actually, it's not showing properly.
No issues, ma'am.
Ma'am, even on my screen, it's not showing.
I can only see who is presenting. I can't
I
see
think there's a pop-up window which you need to close on your screen, then it will be clear. Your Airtel Wi-Fi connections are showing, which needs to be closed.
Should I take over? Sandhya ma'am, should I take over? Right, Shikha ma'am, no worries. I will take over. I will just take over. Wait for a minute, please. Is it visible now? Is it visible now?
Abha, it is showing that you are presenting to everyone, but abhi case study is not visible.
Right, I will just open.
Now it is visible, ma'am. Sorry.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. I will just adjust.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible now.
Right, ma'am. If somebody was volunteering, now if you wish to read, please, most welcome.
Hi, good afternoon. I'll be reading it. So this says that India's government is running out of options to fund its budget and may soon have to knock on the central bank's door once again for support. The administration can get the Reserve Bank of India to buy sovereign bonds directly or boost dividends to help supplement revenue, which has been hit by an economy crippling lockdown to contain the virus spread. The government is facing a budget deficit of as high as 7% of gross domestic product, the widest in more than 2 decades, according to some estimates. This is it, I think. It would make sense to go for some form of deficit monetization right away, said Sabyasachi Kar, RBI Chief Professor at the National Institute of Public Finance and Policy in New Delhi. Demand creation can only happen if the government spends.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am.
When we look at this case study, this is the one who was made by my children, and it is the news of I think month of July only. And if we look at it, we will find that we are covering various chapters of macro. For example, money banking, government budget, even the aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Based on this case study, they framed two simple questions. The one is, I would expect answers through the chat box from the teachers. You are most welcome to answer it. However, very easy questions for you all. Government is planning to spread more to create demand. During the situation of dash, excess demand or deficit demand, is such a policy advisable? So what do you think? What should be the first answer? The government is planning to spend more. Yes. Thank you so much, Sumita ma'am. Yes, it is deficit demand. Thank you, Supriya, for participating. It is the deficit demand when government is supposed to spend a lot of money in order to increase money supply in the economy. The second question they framed by taking the simple word directly, because it is mentioned in the case study that budget deficit was 7% of GDP. So the deficit mentioned in the case stated is an example of fiscal deficit, primary deficit, revenue deficit, budget deficit. Again, expecting and waiting for the answer. However, it was clearly written in the news that it is talking about the budget deficit. Thank you, Mr. Ashit. This is the correct answer, budget deficit, as it was clearly stated. So I motivated my children to go for making case studies, and in a week we used to make 4 to 5 case study, and we used to discuss accordingly. This was developing lot of confidence among the children, and this was my whole soul purpose, that my children should be confident, enthusiastic, and they should have trust on my teaching as well as in their performance. So now this was the first activity which we created in our classes. The next activity would be explained by Abha, my fellow teacher. And Abha, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Shikha ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, teachers, seniors, and all my friends. I am Abha Bansal, and once again, it's an honor for me to share my views with you all at this platform. At the same time, we are here to learn from your experiences too. Right. So when we talk about economics, I generally feel that economics is taken as a very scientific and concept-based subject. And also, I have seen that some children take this subject as a challenge. So just to make things simple, we try different simple teaching techniques in our classes. So in continuation to what Shikha ma'am explained, another activity which we have very frequently tried in our classes are the role plays. You all are aware about role plays, and also you are aware about the flip teaching technique. Now when we are talking about the new education policy, it has been emphasized that instead of rote learning and instead of lecture method, if we can bring up flip teaching kind of techniques and different techniques where children involve themselves more in classes, that is always welcome. Right, so we use role plays in our classes very frequently. So one such role play I would like to share with you. When I was teaching government budget, I initially explained them the basic concept and the terminology of government budget and all the topics. I also shared with them the glimpses of the Union Budget 2020. A few glimpses I showed them and I explained them. They also saw how the budget was presented. Post which I introduced role play in the class, in which we divided our class in 2 groups. The first group was the ruling party, where the cabinet ministers were formed. The second group, again, opposition party, again a cabinet ministry was formed. And in the ruling party, children divided themselves in the cabinet ministry, starting from the prime minister, followed by the finance minister, and then the other ministers were there, defense, education, agriculture ministers were there. And now these children What they did was they each of them researched about their ministry, and then they framed they actually framed policies for their own ministry, in which they presented what all policies they are going to implement in the coming fiscal year, the estimated expenditure, the estimated receipts for the coming fiscal year, and other details, other facts and figures related to the ministry. Followed by each of the child, interjections were done by the opposition party members, just like it happens in the actual parliament. And in all, it came out to be a very brainstorming session. Interjections made the concepts even more clear. And we all, children and me, we all could feel that they were able to understand the terms, the fiscal deficit and revenue deficit, and all the capital and revenue receipts expenditures even more clearly. So these kind of role plays we keep trying in our classes. We have tried them in money and banking also. And so before I share here, I mean, what are my views about the skills which I think I could bring in my class, I would like you people to share. What do you think the skills we can inculcate in children if we bring these kind of role plays in classes? So please share your views through the chat box so that we all are benefited by these, and I will read from here, I will share with others also. Right, Tamanna is saying that we are able to develop the analytical skills. Yes, very correct. Manmeet is saying communication skills. True, ma'am, very true. Communication skills can be developed. Communication, Janki is also saying communication. Yes, thank you so much. So Priya, taking onus for their own learning. But very, very true, ma'am. They are able to take onus because they are bringing things on their own, right? Critical thinking is something we are developing with the help of interjections and the brainstorming session. True, ma'am. Critical thinking again. Collaboration, yes, collaboration is another thing. I think almost all the skills you have only given here. So collaboration is another skill which can be incorporated. Correct, ma'am. Then problem solving, yes, problem solving is there. They do present policies and different things in the form of problem solving of a particular issue we are facing in the economy. Very true, ma'am. Thinking skills can be developed. Innovative, yes, ma'am, it is taken as innovative way. They bring new things which even we don't think many a times as teachers, and they bring new things in class. Teamwork can be encouraged. Decision taking power can also be encouraged, right, ma'am? These children, these are actually the things we are able to bring in our classes when we are using role play. Followed by this, I would like to responsibility can be realized. True, ma'am. Right. So followed by this, I would like to share a glimpse of a similar presentation, theater way of Indian economy. I mean, except role plays, we also try theater way of presentation in our classes. As you can see in these photos, these are our students, and they are presenting different scenarios of Indian economy on the stage. Zamindari system and licensing policy and different scenarios, drawbacks and the advantages they have explained. Once again, the interjections were also there, and a lot of learning with interest was created in the classes. So next slide, ma'am, Sandhya ma'am. And you have already mentioned all the skills which I have mentioned here. So different topics, you can see these are the different topics we covered with the help of role plays and theater way of presentation. And I think the 21st century skills you have already mentioned, so I don't have to name them again. These kind of skills can be inculcated. Plus, these, with help of this, we are able to maintain their interest in classes. In Indian economy, we have never heard from any one of them that they get bored, because they know that something different will come into class and they will get a chance to do something different. So now handing over to Sandhya ma'am for the next thing.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I'm initially sorry for the glitch that happened at my end. exactly at right time. If electricity power gets cut, this is what happens, and exactly same things are happening in our regular teaching classes as well. So yes, facing all of these together. And coming on to the next part of our presentation, which is theme-based Saturdays. We all did feel at Manav Rachna that covering up the syllabus during Monday to Friday was very essential. Our Saturdays were set to be as an off, and our students are allowed to go for the remedial classes and doubt clearance classes on Saturdays. So Saturdays is basically no further teaching days. And we all know very well that with the national curriculum, which we have to cover during the time duration, and as sir was also discussing in the initial part, almost 20% is what most of teachers said, that only 10 to 20% syllabus is left by now. Most of the syllabus is already covered. So time crunch is one problem which most of us faced. Hence, to cover up, to go a little in deep with the subject, what we did was we came up with the theme-based Saturdays. On all the working Saturdays that we have, alternative months, we go for some theme, and there is a storytelling Saturday which comes up. There is a some activity that goes on. So storytelling Saturdays, like for example, the two of the themes are mentioned on the screen as well, of which one says story on international trade is one type of theme that we did take up, where we starting from the World War II, where initially our meetings did go on for the formation, which were the actual formation for World Bank and IMF, and how did we change from fixed to flexible exchange rate system. All those stories in form of stories we did teach our students, and there was an open entry to the students that anyone from grade 9 to 12 can enter those classes. So these storytelling sessions were not restricted to one subject. These storytelling Saturdays were not restricted to one class. 9 to 12, anyone can take up a story on a theme-based way, and it bring up a lot of can say enthusiasm as well as in-depth knowledge, and interlinking of subjects did happen. In case we talk about the pol science, the humanities streams took up the second theme, which was forces unleashed aftermath of Cold War, where they did talk about Gulf War, they did talk about Arab Spring, they did talk about the 9/11, the modern terrorism phase. All these had an impact. Now, when they were talking about Gulf War, it was the reason why the fixed and flexible exchange rate system did change. So linking up of topics and going in deep with our subjects did bring up a little more, I can say, understanding of the subject with our students. Then we each month, each year, we specifically give 1 month for research paper presentation. Since we are school teachers, we are not much aligned with how the research paper presentations go on. So 1 month we teachers get trained. We are back, thankfully we are back with the university. So university people do tell us, do teach us how to make those presentations, how to train our grade 11 and 12 for these presentations. We get associated with the learned like Dr. Srinivasan also, and we have some people coming up and training us, and then we take the same learning to our classes to specifically only to those students who are interested in these papers, and they come up with the presentations by end of the month. Like there was one topic that the theme again was given up, rise from ashes. Rise from ashes was they have to identify an economic problem. With that economic problem, they have to come up with what steps government has already taken or some other associations and organizations have taken, what could be further suggestions, and so on. Along with that research, the bibliography and the citation and the plagiarism, rest of things also comes up along with, and the paper presentations goes on very nicely in our classes. The next thing that we go for is observation through visits. It was a normal practice till last year. Before our February, unfortunate February, that did happen. With this, more of virtual visits did go on. So observation through visits was one thing which was very, very common at our school. Like we did go for consumer court visits, and getting into consumer court wasn't easy for us at all. So what we did was we did had an appointment with one of the judge, and we just actually got him outside the courtroom and went for the question answer session. And all these question answer sessions were very enriching for us. They were were inspired, actually helped us get into the courtroom and let us look into the legal proceedings, and the court case actually was visited by some of our students. It was an enriching experience, for not just for courtroom. It was like we go to a normal bank, we go to a shopping mall, we go to sabzi mandi, the apni mandi, we go to normal villages, to the farms at specific times, like at time of sowing, at time of when they are harvesting. Those are the times we go for those visits. We do take our kids there, and then the learning do happen. It automatically happens. We don't have to do anything much there. Landfills we take our kids to, like on Aravali, we do take our students to the landfills as well. So sustainable development as a topic is clearly getting its vision there. We did take our students, we got the opportunity, and we did take our students to NCERT as well. And in NCERT, we witnessed the journey of a book. So how the journey of the book did happen, what Dr. Srinivasan did was, he divided our class into a few groups, and each group was given one chapter. Now, in that one chapter, the complete team was not just talking about content, they were also talking about the pedagogy, they were talking about the graphs and the language and the points covered and whatnot. So all their learnings was discussed. When one team is presenting, rest of the teams are interjecting. Within 3 hours, he made sure that the complete team of 40 students have covered up an entire book. So this is a part of taking the students to the learned people. This did work very nicely with us. Other than that, we also use some tools, like we said that because of this Corona time, we're not able to go for an actual visit, but we're going for the Skype interviews. We are going for the virtual visits. We are taking our students to classroom applications. What is this classroom application? We have already discussed in our webinar 1 and 2, and the chat box also has the link. I'm sending it once again. The chat box also has the link to join in the classroom application, which we have just created for today's webinar. We will be uploading the PPT, which is running on the screen. We will be uploading the government budget presentation, what Abha did talk about before this slide, the presentation which was made by the students. We will be uploading a few games as well. Code is already there, and link also is shared in the chat box in case you want to check the classroom website along with. And Jamboards, we use Jamboards. We're not taking up right away, since it has already been discussed in our webinar series 2 with the previous batch. So talking about the classroom application, what classroom application does is, it helps us in differential learning as well. This was one important thing which did work for us. For example, in classroom application, there is a method where you can allot a particular student, the particular class test or site or the assignment and all. So when one student is completing the assignment, then only the child will be given the next assignment. Hence, the people who are regular will be getting more assignments. The ones we are focusing on will be given up more and more practice and pressurized to cover up the previous assignment itself. Little things that did work. Then because of Corona time, we are able to visit the websites like Rediff Money on regular basis, stock exchanges on regular basis. We are able to go for the online dictionaries and so on. These all things do work for our classes. Next is Yammer. Yammer is like a Facebook of like-minded teachers. It's a free application again. What we do is, whatever we do, we just post it at Yammer. Now, when we post it at Yammer, all the Manav Rachana teachers come to know about it, and a library is created. That is how we came to know that these were the tools that we were using, and that is how our sharing thing happens. So in case you want to join in our Yammer, we'll give the link in the classroom app again once after this webinar is over. Whiteboard application, again discussed in the previous rooms as well. Virtual visits and Skype interviews also we go for. Other than this, we go for a lot of games as well. So games, Shikha ma'am, I'll invite her again to discuss a few games here, please. Shikha ma'am. Shikha ma'am. Abha?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, Shikha.
Thank you so much, Sandhya. As we think that differential learning techniques are always effective to teach our children. And this is what we decided to take multiple choice questions to them. We all know that multiple choice questions are the strongest predictions of overall student performance. And moreover, preparing students to choose the correct answer from the similar looking choices is a very difficult process. It is a very difficult task, and it requires a lot of practice. So we decided that we should have some playway method of teaching MCQs. And we all sat together and then we were planning what do we have. And suddenly an idea came up in our mind that yes, just like Kaun Banega Karodpati, KBC, we can also play MCQ strategies and techniques with our students also. And as I said earlier, that I want to make them my partner in the process of learning. So I asked my students that you frame ABC of economics, because KBC we all know patent right, their patent right, we cannot use their terminology, that is Kaun Banega Karodpati. So we made ABC of economics. और जब ABC of economics बना, and when we presented, we played online, so it was such a good experience, and we were having a feeling कि अगर ये ऑनलाइन टीचिंग नहीं आई होती तो शायद हम ABC नहीं खेल रहे होते, शायद हम नॉर्मल वे में MCQ पढ़ा रहे होते, या बच्चों को ये लग रहा होता कि रोट लर्निंग करनी है MCQ की. And my children, they made beautiful PPT on ABC of economics. I'm just going to share I'm so excited to share 3-4 slides with you all, hoping that you all will appreciate by motivating us. Very simple for you, but yes, if you will participate, we'll be very thankful to you. And so this is the first phase, that is ABC of economics. The sound effect was also there. There was a timer also, but somehow I don't know, it is not playing here. So the first chapter we covered is BOP, that is balance of payment and FER. Just 2 slides. Rest of the PPTs will be uploading in the classrooms only, as Sandhya has already told you about that. So we gave certain instructions. We started just like the Amitabh Bachchan used to say कि इसके कुछ instructions हैं. हर एक question के there are 4 options, and each question would be carrying 5 marks. If you do not know the answer, you can pass on to the next team. If you are giving the wrong answer, then your marks would be deducted. I divided the entire class into 2 teams, A and B, and they were participating, and there was so much of, itna shor tha, कि they were just shouting, and they were like, I want to give answer, I want to give answer. And we made 18 to 19 MCQs from money and banking in the form of riddles from the government budget, and then BOP and FER. So the very first question on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, I would be expecting a very good answer from you all. Hopefully the correct answer. The very first slide, please show me, Amma. Very first, balance of payment include, your options are A, current account, B, monetary account, C, capital account, D, current account, and capital account. Just waiting for your answers fast. Jaldi, jaldi, yes. Thank you, Mr. Chandra. Thank you so much. The answer is correct. Very good, Tamanna. This is perfect answer, D. Sumita, thank you so much. Answer is D. Rhythm, again D. Supriya, wow, wow. Just as you people are answering, my children, instead of writing in the chat box, they were shouting. They were not, they were like, just waiting ki our turn should come and we should get 5 marks for it. Thank you so much for participating. The second question was, gifts and remittances from abroad are recorded on the, options will come on your screen. Yes, Abha. The options are debit side of current account, credit side of capital account, credit side of current account, debit side of capital account. So yes, gifts and remittances from abroad. From abroad. We are getting gifts and remittances from abroad. Is it A or is it C? Yes, Abha, please show us the answer. The correct answer is, it is C. It is the credit side of current account. Thank you so much. Reshma very correctly said. Safida, perfect. Vijil, perfect. But yes, some of the teachers answered A. So it means that depicts that even we people can also make mistakes while attempting MCQs. So there are so much of chances that our students will not be so thorough in it. But as we teach them in the form of a playway method or in the form of PPT, and you can definitely, I'm sure, like me, you will also appreciate the efforts of my children. They gave the same effect. They were presenting in the same manner. And with this, we learned within 15 to 20 minutes, we learned 20 MCQs from one unit. And this is, I believe, please apply, use this method, because I always believe that let us intervene at today juncture where past, present, future meet to give right direction to our new generation, where they will learn not only taking care of themselves, but to take care of ourselves as well. Thank you so much, friends, for participating in this quiz and for your motivation. Over to you, Abha.
I am so sorry for intervening, Shikha. There is a question in the chat box for you. Which app have you used to create this ABC?
Actually, my children, they use Kahoot and they use the quiz also. I'll be sending you the link I'll be uploading it in the classroom also. They made it beautifully, and so I'll be definitely sharing the link with you all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Shikha ma'am. We come to the next activity now. Before I talk about this crossword over here, I would like to share a few things here. We strongly believe in our Manav group of institutions that if the teachers celebrate the subject, then children actually enjoy their subject. And so in context of this, teachers, we keep bringing some games, some activities, some new experiments in the classes. Now, crossword is an activity. It's a very usual activity. People have played this so many times at different points of times in our lives. So you people know already what what a crossword is. Before I start this, I just want to share with you why we found this very useful tool in our classes. Many a times when we revise the topics, when we revise chapter or certain topics in a usual form, in question answer form, children get bored because usual teaching goes on, and then the revision also in the same manner. They do not take much interest. So I saw that during the recapitulation of the topics at the beginning of the classes, sometimes after completing the chapter, when I had to revise the chapter on a whole, this crossword activity worked very well with me. And with help of whenever I took this crossword in my classes, whether I took it in a group activity form, they were excited. If I took it in a time-bound game form, they were very excited. And within no time, they used to do 20 to 25 OTQs very quickly in a very playful manner. And they never felt that they were actually doing a small self-assessment test, which I was taking in a crossword form, and they used to complete crossword in no time. And it was not like every time I was only preparing it. In every session, I have seen that when I start with these crosswords, yes, initially I introduce them. Initial 1-2 chapters, I bring these in classes. Later on, children, they themselves start bringing crosswords. They put across crosswords. We form different groups in classes. We form 4 to 5 groups in our classes. And then each group prepares a crossword and they put across crosswords to each other. And this has really helped us in revising. It works very well as a filler. If we have 5 to 10 minutes left, sometimes you must have seen that some children, they come late in class. We never face this problem. They know that, yes, in the beginning only ma'am is going to bring something new. And so generally children reach very well, very on time in our classes also. It works very well as a filler, and the monotony of the class can be reduced. And when they are preparing it here, critical thinking can also be developed. So now, please have a look at this. I have just got a very small example of crossword puzzle. We can form any kind of OTQs here. The very first question is value of where we have to prepare the questions. Then second, we have to make an empty grid in a crossword form. And third, we write down the answers with which they can tally. So the very first question.
Abha,
Yes, ma'am.
For convenience, have posted the questions in the chat box so that
the
all
chat box
can check
also.
the crossword. Yes, so all can check the crossword link on the next page and can try solving it at their own pace.
Right. So we have all these questions on the chat box already, and please post your answers when we take these answers one by one. Thank you so much, Sandhya ma'am. This is really great. So the first question, it is one cross in the crossword. So value of output is equal to sales if entire output of the year is dashed by the producers during the year. Sold, correct. Yes, Tamanna, thank you. It is sold. So it will come here, like it will come in the first, which is crossbar, and sold will come here. Correct. Thank you, people. And now we see the second question. The second is the ratio of net total demand and time deposits that a commercial bank has to keep with the Reserve Bank of India is called dash. So what is the ratio of the total net and time deposits which commercial banks have to keep with the Reserve Bank of India? What is it known as? Bank rate? Oh no, this is something else. Cash reserve ratio, correct. Yes. Thank you, Sheena. Thank you, Safed and Reshma. Thank you so much. And cash reserve ratio will come, and this is again 2 cross, and this we write here cash reserve ratio. So then one more question we can try. The third one, name the credit control method which refers to the difference between the amount of the loan and the market value of the securities offered by the borrower against the loan. What is the credit control method, which is the difference between the amount of loan and the market value of the securities which are actually offered by the borrower? Yes, margin requirement is the correct answer. Thank you, Tamanna. And Padmaja, thank you. Margin requirements. So this is how we can put across different crosswords in our classes, and children really take interest. These work very well when we are revising the concepts. So, ma'am, the next slide, please. This one is the answers, and we can make it as complex as we want to. We can make it as easy as we want to. Depends on the class. It depends on the class. Right. So coming on to the next thing. Now, here I want to share one new thing with you all. All Manavashna teachers have formed a group, and we all share different videos related to different concepts in economics in classes. Many a times we have 50 minutes, 55 minutes slot, and if 55 minutes we are just teaching them, especially Indian economy or some difficult concept in macro, it becomes really difficult for children to cope up. So since 4 to 5 years, we used to try different videos in our classes. So along with the concept, we have shown them numerous videos. At one place, we showed them glimpses from movie Guru, which was related to the licensing policy, then Swadesh, which was related to the chapter poverty, and so on. There are so many videos which get related with the topics of Indian economy and micro and macroeconomics. Now, these videos not only help in understanding the concept well, but these also help in relating the subject with the real life situations. And we have shared here the videos. This video library has been created by teachers of our school. Whenever any of us come across anything new, we keep adding things in this. You can see there are more than 20 videos we have already uploaded in this video library, and it's a vast and very interesting video library. It really helps in relating the subject well with the real life situations. And we are going to, once again, I want to repeat what Sandhya ma'am said, that we are going to upload this in the classroom, and the link to join the classroom and the steps have already been provided to you. And from there, you can check the videos. And if anyone wants to join us, please, most welcome. Please send us your number so that we are able to learn from you also. You can add videos whenever you wish to. And it will be a pleasure for us if you join our group. Right, so this, Sandhya ma'am?
Along with what Abha is saying, the video library, we also created the book library, probably the books that are kids told, that are working well for them and are related to the topics. This is only a small sampler. And similarly, when they were asking for the projects, as Sir was mentioning in the beginning, for the projects again, we created a similar type of library where the kids were able to check the links at their own pace. When they talked about sustainable development, whatever parliament talks have been there. When they talk about waste management, again, the parliament talks have been there. When they talk about minimum wage, the wage fixation, which will be carried on, and so on. So all these links we create together, and then we just keep moving in with the Yammer. We keep collecting them together, and through the classroom applications, and journey continues. That is our journey, our little best practice sharing for you all. So please, we are open for questions, we are open for suggestions, we are open for your ideas to add into our pool, so that we also become actually rich with your way as well. Lizzie, we are sharing the link once again, sharing that crossword, that classroom code once again. Give me just a second, sharing the direct link, alternative link, with which you'll be able to join in through the laptop. And in case Sir permits me, we'll be sharing the way to join in this classroom application again.
Yes, yes, yeah, please go ahead.
This is the link. And this is a class code. Sir, I'm sharing my screen once again because I want the complete screen to be shared now. In case I have to share about the classroom application, I'm resharing the screen so that entire screen is shared to share the link, the classroom application.
Please go ahead.
When I enter my Google Room, my simple Gmail account, there is these 9 dots. The Google applications are here, where some free applications are allowed, and they are actually good ones. Like, for example, when we go on this classroom application, it's a simple classroom app. There are some features added on, and best part is it is actually a free classroom. So best practice in teaching was created in the previous webinar series, which we did join as teachers. This is the link that we are sharing, the code that we are sharing to join in. If you want to create your own classroom, we just have to click on plus sign, create or join class. By
Sandhya ma'am,
adding
one
on,
second. Sandhya ma'am,
yes, ma'am.
are you showing all this? Are you showing all this?
Yes, is it showing? My
I think
screen is visible.
I think
No,
Manju
ma'am.
Agarwal ma'am has by mistake become the presenter.
Okay.
So if she will stop presenting, then your screen will be visible. Manju ma'am, do you want to share something with us, Manju ma'am? Manju Agarwal ma'am, you are presenting something. Are you presenting something here?
Hello, Manjuji. You want to say something? Hello.
I think by mistake only it had happened.
I think maybe
Yes.
by mistake. She'll get back actually. Okay. Yeah. Hello.
Sandhya ma'am, if you will share again, if you will
No, I am
present
not
again,
getting that control.
you're not getting that control, right?
Oh, I'm just. Oh, Manju Agarwal. Wait. I'll have to then have to use the control. No. Okay. No. Mm.
Sandhya, you can pin yourself to the screen. It will show. Pin your presentation. Yeah.
Is my screen visible now?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible now.
Is the Google Classroom visible now?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Perfect.
Clearly.
This I went back to my own chat window, my own Gmail account. I did click on these 9 dots, and in these 9 dots, when I scroll down, I get the classroom application free of cost here. In this classroom application, when I enter, if I want to create a new classroom, there is a plus sign here, create or join class. Now, if I join class, the code is provided to me in the chat box. I'll be able to enter the class code here and can directly join in the class. Since I have already organized that class, so will not be able to join it. But if I want to create a fresh or new class, it's very simple. Simply click on create class. Once we accept the policies, I am asked which class name I want to go for. Say, for example, I want to go for 11th A as section. Subject I take as economics. The room is 1, and I'm creating this new room now. With this new room, it's taking a while to create. With this new room, which is just appearing here, I get a code here. With the students who join in, I get a code here. I can schedule assignments. I can respond to students here. I can add on to the new things, new work, check the classwork, create a classwork, assign work. The students who join in this class will be marked here. Then I can, the work that they submit, we can check and respond back. That also works here. And this is a class code, which you have to share with your students. Then they will be able to join in. The similar type of code I'm sharing in the chat box, that is for the screen, for the work which we want to share with you all. Now, if I share the work which we do at our school, the work that we have already done till now, this is a school account. And we have got these many classes already made, where either I am part as a teacher or a student. And we do put up various quiz, we do put up question papers, we do put up our worksheets, what is expected, the classwork, and when we assign the work, that can be actually made with the changes and all. So if we want to allot only to specific student or to a specific set of students, it is actually possible. Now this work where we will be uploading now, the work that we will be uploading now will be available with this code. The code on screen, which is 2USAIRH. We have shared this code in the chat box again. And this particular, with this work, we will be able to upload all our work here, and you'll be able to see our PPTs, our work, and that video library and everything. So I hope this makes a little more easy to join in the classroom applications. And those who are joining in from the phone, from Play Store, you will be able to download Classroom app, and code is exactly same. Code, you will be asked the code to join in the classroom, and that goes exactly same as shown here. I hope this is clear, sir. Rhythm, sharing the code once again. Sharing the code once again.
Can we paste, Sandhya ma'am, can we paste the steps also here on chat box?
The pages cannot be shared. I've already shared the content initially itself. However, if you want, I can share it once again.
The steps to join.
The steps to join I'll share once again in the chat box itself.
Right, ma'am.
Participant
So-
Pooja Sharma
Sandhya ma'am,
is
one
saying that they
question.
kindly confirm. Kindly, she has asked for kindly confirm.
Done again, posted one again, all the steps and the link and the code.
Sandhya ma'am, I
Open
have
to
one
questions.
question.
Yes, Deepti.
Ma'am, CBSE has recently introduced that assertion and reasoning questions. So, any suggestion from where we can have this type of questions?
Deepti, if I can actually share all those questions, assertion and reasoning questions which you are mentioning from SQP are actually based on NCERT itself.
Okay.
The statements, all the statements are from NCERT. I could not find a single statement from anywhere else. It's an NCERT book where either they are looking for a statement, it's assertion and reasoning. It's like assertion is a statement. If it is related to the assertion, answer was A. If it is not related, the second answer. And two completely disconnected questions, all true but not related, and so on. So the teachers can create any number of
That is fine, but
assertion
is there
reasoning questions.
is there any question bank or something? Because it's better if we get some question bank or something, or we have to create on our own.
Ma'am, people here, each one of us, if create one question at a time in the chat box, we'll get 53 together. So give us a topic and we'll create assertioning questions. Definitely we are coming up with it. And again, like-minded teachers, when we'll come together and frame questions, everyone will be benefited from it.
Okay.
As Dr. Srinivasan always says, you have one idea, I have one, together we have two.
And regarding the case study questions also, because the relevant ones are coming, the current ones.
Yes, both that again Shikha did share in the beginning. When you make students do the case studies and ask them to relate the concepts and ask the questions from rest of the class, one, their fear goes away. Two, when they are asking, it is the rich question bank which they themselves are creating. So it does help us as teachers as well.
Sandhya, I want to say something here. I actually advised my students to download Economic Times app also. And every day they were just going through with one news, and with the help of that news, they were framing the case studies. So that is also very helpful to know.
That's what ma'am I'm following in my school also.
Yeah.
That's
So
very nice
that actually helps them, what is going on in the scenario. So
Yes.
while teaching microeconomics, macroeconomics, Indian eco, COVID-19 can be correlated
Yes.
to each and every
It can be related to any one of the aspects. Thank
So
you, ma'am.
that is helpful. Always.
There is one query by Chandra Ramakrishnan. So, do we have a recent NCERT book for macro or IED? Please clarify. I would like to state that the NCERT textbooks for Indian economic development is a class 11 textbook because the CBSE took it for class 12. And also the macroeconomics, the NCERT brings out reprint editions every year. And if you want to, if you go for a bookshop, you ask for the recent reprint editions. Every year, for example, the books we start working in the month of September, October for the next year. So by April, you will get the new textbooks for the next year. So today we are in October. So if you want a textbook for this current year, this academic year, you can ask for the reprint editions, and then these books are available in the shops actually.
Also, they have provided it free of cost on their website as well. So the online editions for our virtual platform works wonderfully for us as well. Abha, there is a question for you from Tamanna.
Right.
How can we integrate art education?
Ma'am, actually, when we are talking about art education, it is there are I think there are so many things which you can bring in the classes. It is not confined to any one or two things. First of all, as I discussed the role play and the theater way, Sandhya ma'am, correct me if I am wrong anywhere. I think this can, this itself can be included in the art education. We can very well take this, and this comes under flipped teaching also. At the same time, it does fulfill the requirement of art integration. Also, when we are making these projects also, the projects which we are making, I think to some extent these also can be taken into art integration. I guess these two will fulfill our requirement if what is required in grade 11th and 12th.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, performing,
Thank you,
Tamanna, performing
Yes, ma'am.
arts, visual arts, PPT presentations, theater ways, role
Even
ways.
posters also
is
we can
all-
take, ma'am.
Yeah, posters also can be taken.
Yes.
Exactly, exactly.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable suggestion. Thank you.
Anything else? Any more questions, please?
Professor Srinivasan, over to you.
Ma'am, I just really want to, excuse me, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, I just want to confirm how to just handle the assertion and reasoning questions. I'm facing problem in handling those type of question, even for framing that also, because the sample paper that we have recently get now, on such basis we have to prepare the question paper for class +1 also. So how can we prepare that type of questions? Can you please suggest me? Thank you.
Dr. Srinivasan, give me the permission to share my screen again. I want to create a assertion question right away.
Because that will be very beneficial, because from Monday onward our school is conducting half-yearly exams, and that would be really very beneficial for me if you tell me the way how to handle those things. Please, ma'am.
Give me just a second, ma'am. I am going on to the website and downloading the NCERT book right away.
Okay.
Yeah, till she Sandhya ji downloads the textbooks. Actually, see the assertion reasoning questions. As in the case of other multiple choice questions, they require students to have a better understanding about the idea. For example, if the student knows about the facts correctly, and obviously which comes first, which comes later. So if you look at the cause and effect relationship in a better manner, for example, I would say that India's poverty has come down from, say, 60% in 1940s to 22%. This is the statement. Can you hear? Yeah. Hello. Is somebody speaking? Yeah. So the idea that suppose we want to make a statement that India's poverty line has come down from 60% in 1940s to 22% in 2010 and so on. That is one statement. Suppose you are there is a reasoning saying that the India has evolved 5-year plans to implement to reduce the number of poor. Okay, if this is the assertion and the reasoning A and R, if the student knows about it because of the 5-year planning, the poverty has come down, then you can say that yes, assertion follows the reasoning. Okay, so like that, the major requirement is that children should know what comes first, what comes later. If these two ideas are they are known to the children, and they should be able to answer questions of this kind.
Perfect, sir. Going on same lines again. The way to determine monetary value of minimum calorie intake was estimated as 2400 calories for rural person and 2100 calories for the person in urban area. This is my assertion. And on same lines, if I say poverty line was declined for rural areas as worth itna 816 per person a month, and urban areas was 1000. This goes as reason, and the options given to you are again the same as in assertion and reason. Assertion is correct and reason, give me a second, just checking the same line. And these are the 4 options which are available to us. Both assertion and reason are true. Reason is correct statement of explanation. Just picking it up again from here. This goes as my one statement, which is an assertion. This goes as my statement for reasoning. Please give me an answer. What should be the correct option here? If this goes as assertion and my reasoning goes as
poverty has come down from 60%.
Randomly picked up a page and asked you a question, what should be the answer here? Assertion and reason are true. Reason is correct explanation. Assertion and reason are true. Reason is not correct explanation. Assertion is true. Reason is false. Assertion is false. Reason is true. Since we have picked up both the statements from NCERT, it's very correct that both are true. Now we are left with A and B. With A and B, what should be the correct one? Is B the answer? Is B the reason? I don't think it's a reason. These are both true statements. So the answer for me goes as B. You can make up n number of questions randomly from here. I hope it suffices the answer.
Okay, fine, ma'am.
Was the screen visible, ma'am?
Ma'am, no, screen is not visible. Actually, I have.
Then I probably lost it. Let me share it once again.
Ma'am, actually, I have pinned you only on my screen. That's why maybe I be.
Yeah, there will be two the same name. There will be one presenter and the person. So there will be 2 screens. Actually, you can see that. Then.
Can I share, Sandhya ma'am? Can I share screen?
Yeah.
Right. Give me just a second. If I'm not able to, you must grant permission in order to screen share. I'm not getting this permission.
Oh, there is no permission required. Wait.
And I thought all this time my screen was visible when I was picking the statements from the NCERT, which I was downloading from the screen.
But it was nice, ma'am. Very nice question you have made.
I am still not getting the permission, sir.
No issues, ma'am. You explained it very well, ma'am. We have got it.
Now can you try? There is no permission. Now can you just check Sandhya ji? Hello.
I think sir, Sandhya ma'am has left the meeting. I think so.
I think she is rejoining.
Yes,
Meanwhile, can you see my screen on?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. It's
these
clearly
are just
visible.
random questions, some very easy questions I was just trying to frame just now. But I think we can still discuss, and because this is a very new concept, so it's just a try which I have made here. Let's see these work. For example, we can take assertion as the problem of double counting leads to overestimation of national income of the country. This is a fact. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
if I write down, double counting can be avoided by using value-added method. Now, the reason in itself, this is also a correct statement, but the options are something like this. Assertion and reason both are true, and the reason is a correct explanation. Is reason the correct explanation of assertion? Are
Not
these two
here.
matching? No, it is not. So assertion and
No,
reason
ma'am.
both are true. Huh? Yes, correct. Both are true. That is correct. Is reason not the correct explanation of assertion? These kind of things, like these kind of things can be framed. For example, here, the problem of double counting leads to overestimation. This is a true statement. Double counting can be avoided by using the value added method. This is a true statement. But here, the reason is not the explanation of the assertion question. Neither it is a reason of the assertion fact, nor it is the explanation. There are two possibilities, ma'am, which I can understand is, one is the reason will be actually the reason of the assertion
Problem.
statement. Hanji. Second is, sometimes the assertion statements are such that we do not have any reason at all. So in that case, in reason, we write down the further explanation of that assertion itself. Two possibilities can be formed. सो अगर आपका ये रीजन करेक्ट इससे मैच हो रहा है तो ए आएगा, अगर आपका ये रीजन हाँ पे फर्दर एक्सप्लेनेशन एजर्शन का लिखते हैं तो भी ए आएगा. बट इस क्वेश्चन में जो रीजन है वो ना तो इसका करेक्ट रीजन है ना वो इसको फर्दर एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है, तो यहाँ पे आंसर होना चाहिए बोथ ए एंड आर आर ट्रू बट रीजन इज नॉट द करेक्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन इज व्हाट आई थिंक. And
Okay, ma'am, in most probably cases, our answer will lie between A and B options. Am I true?
Ma'am,
Need not be.
check my third option. Check my third option. This is one more try. I'm just trying. You know, these are questions created by me only. The problem of double counting leads to underestimation of national income. Is it a true statement?
No.
No, it is not a true statement.
That
Double
is
counting-
overestimation.
Correct, ma'am. So in this case, what you were asking now, for that I'm saying, in this case, the answer will not lie in A and B. It will not lie in A and B.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can be.
Okay.
It can be. I'm answering what you said just now. It can
Yes,
be
yes,
D
yes.
also. If you write like this, it can be D also. Assertion A is false, but the reason is true. Am I able to?
Fine.
Am I able to explain what you said? Same way, ma'am.
Yes,
I think
yes.
one more question I tried.
Yes,
One
yes,
more you
ma'am.
can try. I'm not very sure. So just see. This is one more I tried with my children. Interest received on debentures will not be included in national income. Is it true? Interest received on debentures.
Included.
Interest received on debentures will not be included in national income. Is it true?
Actually, I have no knowledge about debentures. I'm
I think no.
I'm from humanities stream, so debenture, treasury bills, what are these? I don't know. I have still unable to understand these terms, ma'am. So sorry for that.
Ma'am, debentures are loan. Debentures are loan in divided in smaller parts. If you
Okay.
take debentures as loan and divided in smaller parts, so debenture also carry interest like bank loan. So are we paying, when we paying loan interest on bank loan, if that is included, then interest on debentures will also be included.
Yes.
It is always
And
included.
then, so here, ma'am, assertion is once again false and the reason is true. So these kind of, I think these kind of questions can be found, ma'am. Some, I mean, some experiments we will have to pick up certain facts and we will have to try the questions.
Fine,
Right.
ma'am.
Actually, ma'am, as Sandhya said, that we have to take out certain, statements from NCERT, and on the basis of that, we can very easily frame assertion and reasoning-based questions. For that, the
Please.
clarity of concept should be there.
Please don't assume that NCERT book is something kind of Bible so that all the statements can be made. But you can also think about, see the idea that this is based on the verbal and non-verbal reasoning. If you want to get trained to see many questions and generally, just pick up any R.S. Agarwal reasoning book. There is hundreds of questions are asked in general facts. So that could be one way to look at it. to get trained on how to develop questions of this category. Okay, otherwise, yes, NCERT textbooks are but let us not assume that whatever is there in the assertion, whatever there in the reasoning in NCERT textbooks would be the correct answer. Okay, even in NCERT books are also this kind of questions are not there. The new idea introduced in CBSE question. Okay, but better refer to, I would say that better refer to some of the competitive examination books where you get many questions, not one or two, hundreds of questions based on the assertion. Okay, that would be like that would be my suggestion actually.
Sure.
Don't depend
Sir, is
on
there any
the
book
NCERT
on
book for the
government?
statements.
Talking about the same two lines that I was talking about earlier, probably these are the two statements picked up, and same way have just tried creating a question. So it is the same thing as in what sir is just saying.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. It will help you a lot. Thank you so much.
Any more questions, please? Anything you would like to share? Your experiences also, please. Most welcome. You can unmute yourself and you can also share any activities, new activities you people have, tried in your classes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, the Manav Rachna International School team for this wonderful, very highly interactive session. I have learned many things, to be frank with you, all of you. I am sure that I will also make my own sessions interactive. Number one. Number two, like as a regular practice, now we are going to have one more webinar in every month, at least minimum one webinar we are going to have. And any
Sir, even I was sorry to interrupt you, sir. Even I was willing to request you that such type of seminar, webinars should be conducted every month, because by this way I'll be able to learn so many things that I can apply in my classroom teaching. Because all these were really the very attractive, interesting, and helpful tools that a teacher should have in their hand to take the more participation from the students we have. So I'll be very happy if such a webinar would be conducted after every month.
Thank you. Yeah. Any other comments? Any suggestions? And
good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
So my name is Charu Bhatnagar, and I am from Venkateshwar International School, Delhi.
Okay.
I've been attending all your webinars regularly, and really very helpful. So just one suggestion: can we keep one more session for having questions related to the paper pattern, which is now recently launched? And I think we can do one thing. Every teacher can have 5 to 6 questions prepared by them, and we can have a session where we can discuss only the questions which are new to the paper pattern, so that every teacher may get a big question bank.
Yeah, certainly we can see one thing that you need to understand, that the NCERT is a think tank organization, and we generally do not make a question paper or question paper model or anything. We work with the different boards, CBSE and the state boards, to work with them and be flexible and give them the freedom to decide their own question pattern, paper pattern, and so on. Okay. However, as a group, as a WhatsApp group, or as a person promoting the idea of developing good quality questions in economics, certainly we can have a webinar. And for that purpose, I also wanted 2-3 teachers, colleagues from your side, to come forward so that we can work together to take a seminar on the new pattern. Yes, this new pattern of question paper in CBSE is based on the revised Bloom's taxonomy. If you look at the before 2000 years, like 2 years before, it was based on the traditional 1956 Bloom's taxonomy. Now it is based on 2001 Anderson-Krathwohl Bloom's taxonomy. So certainly we can take we can have a session on this. And but however, I wanted two of you to come forward to so that we can have this webinar. And we can also provide a lot of questions, and we can also get trained to develop questions. For example, usually when it comes to learning outcomes, we also work with the teachers on developing questions based on the revised Bloom's taxonomy and based on the learning outcomes of NCERT. Okay, so certainly it's a good idea. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Any other comments, suggestions? You can unmute yourself and share your views.
The feedback link is already shared in the chat box. Please do give us our feedback and do give us our suggestions so that we can also improvise ourselves.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Like there are a lot of confusion regarding, like it has been noticed that many of the times students, they do project work just for the sake of appearing in the practical exam, and they do sort of formalities where they just write down from Google or YouTube and all. So what are the ways that we can encourage students or involve the students in the real-time practice where they take this project work for interest and they really learn something out of that? So what can be done to encourage that? So if we can have next session on this, or if you can like provide us the idea that how we can go with it.
Yeah, that's another Sandhya ji.
Sir, surely can have a session on it. It is not a two-liner answer where we can simply tell how to involve it. It takes almost an hour and a half to actually explain the good project. And definitely, if you ask us, if you permit us, we'll take a session on it. We don't mind having it.
Mahendranath, yes, already has done good amount of projects, and I also wanted all the participants, please just access the Google Classroom and watch the videos of the Manav Rachna school team members, and I'm sure that you will be able to get more ideas on doing projects and field visits. Maybe the corona is a temporary phenomena. By 6 months' time, we should be able to back to normal life, so that we can continue to work on the projects actually. Okay, so two ideas are coming. One is that the questions, new question pattern. The second is that doing a project. Yeah, that's the new idea that is coming up. Is there any other suggestions, any other views coming up? And as like last time in the meeting, yes, please go ahead.
Sir, can we, sir,
121 economics.
Yeah, CBSE.
Yes, please go ahead.
I hope I'm audible. So the question is, recently the CBSE sample paper has been released by the CBSE, and we are just going through the questions. And
I think your voice
is a situation whereby no. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Voice is slowly
yeah,
it's fading actually.
The deleted portions, also some questions was included in the sample paper. So can you have any advices on that? Can you have any recommendations on that? What should be followed from our side?
See, that's the business between you and the CBSE. Okay. Okay. You means the school community, teachers, and the CBSE. Here, we are just giving a platform to share your ideas, share, like get trained, get exposed to, or share your innovative teaching methods, innovative development of questions and items, so on. Okay. And sample question papers and so on. Please refer to the guidelines of the board and follow accordingly. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Give the link for Google link. Vibha Katara, what is this Google link forms for? This is a feedback actually. Okay.
The feedback form or classroom form? This is the feedback form which I have shared.
Google link for Vibha, you wanted a feedback form or you wanted a classroom? Acha, classroom.
We have already started getting a feedback.
No, there are so many chats, no? So obviously, yeah, that's good, Sandhya ji. Yeah. Can you just open for a minute your video so that we can show, like we can check? Is there anybody who can know, like, you know how to make a photograph out of this webinar? Let me check.
That is so.
You should take photograph at least if in the I'll just take a screenshot. Is there any full screen? Okay. The screenshot. Please just your video, just open like a turn on your video so that we can see the faces, and it's up to you. So otherwise, we are just, any other suggestions, any comments? There are 5, like one more. Charu Bhatnagar is suggesting that I am interested in preparing a sharing like question bank for class 11 and 12. Please let me know how to share. What we can do that either question bank for class 11. That's a very good idea. Thank you very much for Charu Bhatnagar to come forward.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. So what we can do that, like I can send you the email ID. In that email ID, like all of you who is wanting that, please send your requirements. Like you send your email ID, or all those who have registered and participated in today's session, I can send a copy of this question bank. Actually, that could be one way to CAD this. So I can send you the email ID, and so in that email ID you can share your material, and all the participants, please. I think you have already registered. I can send you that question. I'll see to it that you reach that you get this question bank actually. Or yeah, Bhavi, is it possible to include in your Google Class, Sandhya ji? If Charu Bhatnagar is sharing her question bank.
Definitely, sir, will give access to everyone.
That's good.
The shared information will be shared with everyone together.
Okay. You also send this copy to NCERT. CI.
That's the Google Classroom link that you're giving, right?
Yeah, this is our email ID. Otherwise, you have my WhatsApp number. You can share in the WhatsApp number also. I can share with the people through email or through our own group also. That's the one way to so that we can share. Please note down this phone number, and if Ms. Charu Bhatnagar share this idea like question bank, I can share immediately in the WhatsApp group. And there's one more suggestion came that art integrated learning. Who has done this art integrated? Usha Biju. Do we need a session on the art integrated and project work especially? You are welcome, Usha.
Yes, sir.
And please send a mail, or you can share the details in the WhatsApp. How you would like to do this session? And we'll be very happy because people used to say that economics is a dismal science. So if you are integrating art, we are very happy to know about how you do it, and we'll just would like to learn more about it actually. So you can develop this into idea which can be shared for about say 1 hour or 1.5 hours, and certainly we look forward to your suggestion. Please
thank you. That could be great. Could be a great support for us.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Any other idea? Any other suggestions? Thank you very much. We'll keep in touch, and I again thank all the team members, Abaji, Shikaji, and Sandhyaji for your initiation, and we look forward to many more ideas. And then thank you, and please convey my regards and thanks to the Manavarshna International School Association.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so
for
much,
the
sir.
opportunity, sir. It's a very good platform to learn and share. And thank you to everyone who has spared time to listen to us and to contribute and to help us grow and improvise further. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone, for your valuable time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
You can automatically leave this group. Maybe I'll talk to Sandhya ji. I have to appreciate more on this. That's why.
Before I leave, can I convey my good afternoon to Professor Srinivasan? This is Supriya Agarwal, and a very good evening to Dr. Agarwal, my mentor and teacher for my B.Ed. She's there. I couldn't leave without saying a good evening to Manju ma'am. She's been my
I wanted to speak
in
actually.
CI, and I just couldn't go without saying a good evening and a good afternoon. Thank you all. It was a lovely session, and I would like to be a part of the other sessions, but whatever subsequent sessions that happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You are welcome.
Professor
Manju ji, you would like to
Srinivasan,
say
thank you.
something? Manju ji, you would like to say something? You can unmute and speak. You can unmute and speak. All your students are here. Many of them are here just like looking at your screen.
In fact, what all we have been doing in this session and the previous sessions have been taught to us by Manju Agarwal ma'am. We've probably brought it on the online platform, but the techniques and everything that she has taught has come out in open now. 20 years down the line, I was a student, and it was then also that those same techniques is what we brought about, be it crossword, be it the Kahoot quiz, be it anything else. We've just put it on a more technical platform, and thank you, ma'am. Nice to see you. Thank you, ma'am.
Would you like to say something? Please say
Thanks,
something.
Supriya, and thanks everybody. Thanks everybody, and thanks Srinivasan for organizing this platform. And I'm very happy to see teachers doing all such good, lovely activities. And good to see teachers doing all these in the classrooms.
Ma'am, teachers
Thanks,
taught by
Supriya.
you. Ma'am, teachers taught by you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah.